sightings of ghosts, an abandoned insane asylum, creepy ass dolls, werewolves, and witches, honey. Do not obey. Stay woke. Nobody's gonna stop me. This is real. Do not obey. Stay woke. Scary as hell.
There are these things that roam around in the spiritual world that a lot of people don't know about. A lot of people just think, oh, it's just ghosts, it's just grandma, it's just a demon or an angel. It's just like, no, there's a lot more of them out there. A lot more beings, a lot more factions that roam around on this earth and in between and everywhere else.
What's up, guys? It's me, Do Not Obey, and let's just get into another video. Now we're talking about soul eaters. Alright, so exactly what is a soul eater?
Soul eater is a being and deity in the spiritual world that goes and disposes of lost spirits. They can either be consumed, they can be absorbed, they can be harvested, they can be all sorts of different things. But in the rare case that you actually run into one as a spirit.
And how do spirits be consumed by one? Like to where the guardian angels and other spirits do not even know that they're gone. They're taken to a realm that even the creator cannot hear nor see the spirit.
When you run into a soul eater like this, it's one of those rare cases to where if you die an unexpected death or you do pass on and you don't really have any family loved ones or family guardians who have passed on or ancestors to be able to take you on to the next world. And as I've mentioned before in my other videos, I like to relate to this movie called Ghost with Patrick Swayze, I believe. And he died an unexpected death, and so did a couple other characters within the movie toward the end. And there were these dark, creepy beings that kind of came out of the shadows to try to collect their souls. Now, one of those things, now that's just one kind of like one of the forms that they kind of take, but they can take, but it's one of those things where if you run into these things, they go after lost souls and innocent spirits and everything who have just recently passed on. You normally, people have guardian spirits or family members that know when you pass away, or just in your everyday life, you have family guardians, you have your mother or father, or other warriors of your ancestors that kind of look after you on your day to day. So just in case, you run into evil spirits throughout the day, they can help protect you. Or if you do pass away of an untimely death, then they're the ones that are going to be able to take you on into the next world. And I know one thing is for certain, there's a lot of people talk about, from different races and religions, how they talk about where you go into the next world, where you go after you pass away and everything. But one similarity that they all have is in a sense, you have to go on a journey to be able to go into the next world, wherever that may be. Now, what happens if you never make it to the starting point of that journey? This is where it gets really kind of creepy and sad, because a lot of times I've seen spirits or people who do pass away of an untimely death, and there are these beings that roam around the world to make sure that it doesn't get too crowded. If you have some lost spirits or lost souls, you, in a sense, can be used in evil ways. You can be used in malicious, dark ways, or, you could be harvested for your energy, evil stuff, or, you could be tainted by evil. You can be possessed. You can torment your family. All these sorts of different things can be done to a wandering lost soul. And normally, if you are just passed away, you can pray to the creator, and the creator can send down some help to be able to make sure you start on your journey and everything. But that's where it goes into a little bit more rougher situation, because you could be in a situation to where you are at or taken to a location that the creator himself can't hear you.
What exactly do they look like?
It's just making sure that the spiritual realm doesn't get too cluttered with spiritual beings. Now, with that, and that being that I saw that night, it was walking around, and it was one of those nights to where it's a very, very spiritual night to where you could see, I guess you can say, in that ceremony that we did, the spirits make its way into the physical world. We were at a very sacred spot at that time. And I remember it was a full moon outside, and there were inside of a canyon walls, and the moon was starting to peek over one of the canyon walls. So the light started showing inside of the canyon walls right there, and out came a face. And this was what looked like to be a lion's face, but it was like a demonic kind of face, but it had no skin or anything. It was all made out of just pure bone, pure skull. It had like dark eyes and everything. It didn't have eyes. It was where the eye holes were. And as it kind of came more into the light, you can see it had the features of a lion mane, but the lion's mane was made out of human body parts. It kind of peered out, came out closer and everything. Its whole body was made of human body parts, bones and all these other different things. And that right there is what freaked me out, was because it was made of the beings and deities that it consumed. And
well, I hope you guys did enjoy like this short video. This is just a little sample because I want you guys to go and watch the full video. It's only 22 minutes long, and he dives into exactly what a soul eater is descriptively, gets into a personal story of a friend that he knew that passed, that the spirit was not attached to the body, so therefore they had to battle a soul eater. So y'all please, and he gives like more of an understanding of why even the creator or God or even the angels and certain protective spirits don't even know where these spirits are. So go watch it. The link is floating around up here. I'll try to leave it in the description, but if I don't, it will be on the screen. And like I always say, guys, do not obey. Stay woke. Peace.